They asked me how you end up at Morgan, but you was in the hallways chanting some HU, you know. Hey y'all, it's Ari, and welcome back to my channel. Hopefully you watched the introduction video that was posted before this one, and I hope you guys learned a little bit more about me. So, the question for today is, how did I end up at Morgan? Which is a fabulous question, by the way, because baby, I'm not even supposed to be here, but God did. Let me just say that. God did. Lord have mercy. That's all I'm gonna say. Lord have mercy. Because y'all, hold on, y'all. So originally, if you knew me from high school or middle school, you would know that I applied to go to the illustrious Howard University, but I did not actually get in on the first or second try. Instead, it took me 3 tries to get into Howard during my senior year. And it carried into the summertime, last summer. So my process was with Howard. I applied early action, not early decision, because baby, I need options. Okay, I like options. I don't want to be settled for one place, and I was not finna settle for Howard because what if my mama wasn't able to pay? That was a question at hand, and I was like, y'all not finna get me. So I decided to do early action, which is important when you guys go do your college stuff. If you in high school right now and you about to do your college stuff, you need to pay attention when they explain to you how to apply to college, because if you don't know the difference between early decision and early action, it's time you get on your Zoom and figure that out, because one of those are non-binding and one of those are binding. And you're going to be locked into that school for a minute unless you decide to sign your way out some way, somehow. Look into it, y'all. Look into it. But yeah, I applied to Howard early action, and I did not get in when they sent out the first wave of application results. And I know they kept us waiting until like December or January, maybe February or April, somewhere around there. And they just kept pushing back the date, pushing back the date, pushing back the date. And then when I finally got the response, I feel like it was either March or April, I got that response back from them. They basically told me that they're going to consider me for regular decision. I didn't like that idea, and I was like, well, this basically means I can't go to Howard. So because I can't go to Howard, guess what? We're going to look at the other choices that I applied to. Luckily, my mama took me on a college tour. Thank God for my mama, because I didn't know nothing about Morgan State. All I knew is that I knew some people that went there, a small amount of people. I also had a Zeno sister, shout out to Morgan, who went to Morgan and still goes here, by the way. And that's the only thing I knew about this school. So when I took that tour in October of last year, it was great. And my mama loved it. She loved the food here, y'all. That's the main thing that encouraged her to go here. And the campus, like, she loved the campus vibe. She was like, you gotta go to this school, like, at least apply. So I did apply, and I applied early action to Morgan as well. So I got into Morgan. I got into Hampton. I got into Lincoln. Lincoln was offering the same amount as Morgan. So I was like, just go with Morgan, because you never toured Lincoln, and I haven't heard good things about Lincoln. So we gonna go with Morgan. And I was really devastated about not going to Howard, y'all. But, it took me so long to like get acclimated with the fact that I wasn't going to Howard. It was so sad. You will see me walking the hallways sad and whatnot sometimes, because I had this big dream of going to Howard and being with my girl Deja, who goes to Howard right now. And it's like, I'm not there. Like, I wanted to be in Washington, D.C. so bad. And Howard is the Mecca. Howard is an important HBCU in the HBCU community. I wanted to be there, but Howard didn't want me. And I'm gonna tell you how I knew this. When I applied to Howard, I did my research like I should have. I was gonna have to become a psychology major if I went to Howard. I am not with science. I don't like science. And when I took AP Psychology senior year, this is when I knew psychology was not for me. And God knew it was not for me. And doing the major itself, I don't know if I'll be able to make it, y'all. I don't know. So what I did is that when I applied to Morgan, I chose social work because I had family that also majored in social work. And they're working as social workers or within the community. And I was like, that's what I want to do. I don't want to be a psychologist. I want to do nothing. No. I want to work with my people. So I'm going to do social work. And that's what I did. So going back to the Howard situation, I was deferred from Howard University. And they basically told me that they didn't have space for me at the time. And they're not able to accept my application. It didn't mean my application was bad, but they just weren't able to accept me. So what ended up happening is that in early June or late May, after I already put down the papers and signed off everything to Morgan saying that I'm going, and I already chose my orientation date, everything, my housing, everything secured. All of a sudden one day I get an email from Howard. Oh, hey, come on over to Howard next semester. We know you already chose where you're going to go for your fall semester, but spring semester, you welcome to transfer. I was like, these people cuckoo for cocoa nuts because I'm not coming back there. Y'all said at least twice, basically, that y'all didn't want me. I even applied to the Health and Human Sciences program that they have, where basically it's a full-on scholarship and you also have to get your PhD. Girl, I was aiming for the stars just to go to Howard, okay? But I ain't even get in. I did all of that. I did 2 essays, maybe, I think it was 4 if you think about it, with the program. And I also did a letter of continued interest. I did everything. I was worked to the core, y'all. I was exhausted, stressed. One day I was in the college office, I'm telling you, girl, they had to kick me out. My college counselor, she was like, go get some food because you about to have a anxiety attack. You need to go. And you can come back once you get some food in your system and take a break, figure out what's going on with you. So I was like, all right, that's what we're going to do. And yeah, I really had to get kicked out the college office, y'all. It's a real story. You can ask my college counselor. Like, I was that stressed during that time because it was too much on my plate. I was dealing with Howard. I was applying to scholarships. I was in a relationship. I was working. I did everything. Like, my plate was full to capacity. Like, Gary from 600-Pound Life? You see how his place be full? That's how full my plate was, times 2. So, double it. But anyways, let's get back to Morgan, because that's the school I care about. I don't give a damn about Howard. When it came to adjusting to Morgan, it really wasn't that bad to adjust because I'm not gonna lie. I knew more people here than I knew at Howard. I knew celebrities went to Howard, but I know actual people that I can talk to that go to Morgan here. And I also have a close friend whose cousins go here. I have a Zeno sister, like I said, that goes here. It's somebody else that goes here too, but there's many people that I know already go here. And also, there's also a good amount of people that I came to Morgan with that I know from orientation and just from meeting them. So I have a good amount of friends and stuff. Like, I don't have no problem with nobody, really, yet. And, like, the people here are pretty much nice. Sometimes people be mean mugging you, but don't pay them no mind. It's just like high school. Keep on walking, baby. You don't have to pay no attention to them. And when it came to, like, adjusting to the food and stuff, it's really not that bad. It's just be prepared to find other options, like going to Chipotle off campus, doing other stuff, like going to Pizza Hut, maybe even order something off a Grubhub. But I haven't done that yet, and it's my second semester. Because, girl, I already know it's pricey. And I don't got money like that, okay? But, yeah. And then when it came to the news of Morgan being my school, my mom was like, she was kind of confused as to why Howard didn't let me in either. And what was the whole situation with them. Like, every week she kept asking me, did Howard get back to you? Howard get... I'm like, no. And even when they did, it was no still. Like, the answer was still no. Because they still didn't give me an answer on if I could come in. I didn't have no definite answer until about June. And everything was already set in stone for Morgan. So, honestly, she just took it as is. And I feel like she liked Morgan a lot too, because my dad also lives here, so it's more convenient and there's somebody nearby if I were to like need anything emergent. And then also my dad and I were working on our relationship sort of. So in one way, me being at Morgan works in our favor altogether. And it's cheaper than Howard because right now, the price that we're paying for Morgan, if you think about it, if I were to go to Howard, it would be that price times at least 2 or 3. And Morgan isn't even offering me a lot of grants and stuff. If you think that they're offering me a lot, think about Howard. Because I promise you, they're not going to offer me that much at Howard. No. It is not going to help the bill. So, it worked out in my favor. I personally think that Morgan is better for me, though, because let me just say, he got my major. There's a whole bunch of people here that have social work as a major. The community is amazing. Food's great. I get to walk around and explore. I'm not by the Capitol. I'm not by Trump and all them. I'm living my life, honey. And I even get to go off campus on the weekends and go explore and do shopping trips and see what Maryland has to offer. Oh, sign me up. Okay? So then the last thing I wanted to address is, have I ever thought about transferring to Howard? Which is a good question because I have thought about it maybe once. But then I came to my senses that finances we already going to HBCU. The finances are not that good, okay? So if I were to go to Howard, the finances will be even more worse. So let's stick where we are, right? And then also on top of that, I would have to switch my major. I don't want to switch to psychology. I'm already struggling with the classes I have to take. I have 3 classes that end in ology this semester. I'm good. And none of them are psychology. They're biology, philosophy. Oh.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
I just messed up, y'all. It's not 3. It's not 3. But still, it's these long names. Like, I got biology and sociology and philosophy. Oh, baby, that's a lot. But yeah, like, I just think that Morgan's just better for me. And Howard, like, is not worth my time. Although I go to visit there to visit my good sis. But I'm not coming there for any other reason besides that. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. And let me know what kind of content y'all want. Because right now, I'm just brainstorming off of what I can talk about. Because I got stories on top of stories on top of stories on top of stories. Days to go. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video. And if you do, make sure you like. And make sure you comment your favorite thing about this video. Or some advice you have for me or questions. And also, feel free to subscribe. Because, girl, why y'all not locked in? Like, when you subscribe, that means you locked in to hearing more about my life. I know I'm not a celebrity. And I know this ain't my biography. But my life is interesting. X around. Because when I tell the story and my testimony, talking about my testimony, it's going to be a video about that. But until then, y'all better lock in and subscribe, okay? Amen. And I hope y'all have a blessed day.